Hey guys, what's up? What's up? It's me again, me Poppy, going to react to the clips from Jordan Peterson with Joe Rogan. I mean, the dude is amazing, right? He made the podcast about 4 hours, and we got just a few clips. I mean, I subscribed to Spotify just to listen to the guy because the guy has certain point of view that I'm like, I didn't think about that. You kind of make sense, bruh. Anyway, let's do this.
What is it like to be you? Like, what is it like to? And then I know you've gone through a lot of shit, and this latest thing with getting off of the benzodiazepine, that to me was a real shocker because first of all, I had no idea that you were taking it, and then to find out that it's that difficult to get off of, and then to hear from other people that have tried to get off of it how
Yeah.
difficult it is, and then to realize how many people around me have an issue with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Xanax is a motherfucker. I didn't know what a motherfucker it was until I talked to a friend who is a counselor at a drug rehab center. Where he was saying that that is one of the ways that people get locked back into drinking and doing drugs is a psychiatrist will prescribe Xanax.
Yeah, this is something that I find very interesting. Even in Holland, they made a documentary about the whole idea that when they prescribe you a drug, the journey that you're gonna go through, it's never gonna end. Because usually with the drug, you will get a different issue and they're always gonna prescribe you a drug forever. Like the way they're suggesting it, the best way we can help certain people is try to solve it without the drug. And I know that a lot of people didn't even know that Jordan Peterson was experiencing this, but they know he was kind of suffering from depression. And on Twitter, they went wild. They were freaking happy. That is one of the most disgusting thing that when you enjoy somebody suffering, if something doesn't click in your head, like, wait, this person is suffering just because he has a different opinion than yours and you're enjoying it, and if he dies, you kind of write weird stuff on Twitter like, I don't freaking care, good riddance. Man, maybe you need to check your priority in your life because let me just shut my mouth.
And sober people who get on Xanax all of a sudden start drinking. He said it's super common.
Mm-hmm.
He said that it's one of the most difficult drugs to get off of. He said, and this is something that Dr. Carl Hart, who's I love him to death. He's brilliant. He speaks so openly and honestly about drugs, and the guy's a professor at Columbia. He said that there's two drugs that will kill you when you get off of them. He goes, it's alcohol and benzodiazepine. Those are the two that if you just quit, you'll fucking die. And
Or you wish you would.
meanwhile, they're handing those things out like Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
Well, it would be counted as a safe substitute for barbiturates. And you could easily overdose on barbiturates, especially with alcohol.
Well, when did they know? When did they know? When was it in the literature, the difficulty of detoxing yourself from these?
They would never do that because that's money. Even if you want to tell me I'm a conspiracy theorist. Oh man, stupid phone. I don't even remember what they said. Let me just rewind it just a little. What was he talking about?
Was it in the literature, the difficulty of detoxing yourself from these?
Very recently.
Oh yes, that was what it was. That is what I was talking about. I don't think there is because it's money. It's just money. Okay, this is just what I think. You can say that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know what was happening the last 10 years. The things that are happening, the things that are getting discovered, the things that are getting reported, I'm realizing that a lot of people that passed away, they were right. The things that they put in food, that is affecting the food, and then you eat it, and the thing is affecting your body, and then you're like, whoa, why don't I have these defenses? Because they created a chemical that they spray on the food to kill the insect, but they also killed a specific ingredient. It's like, I don't know, I can just go hours. So, to keep it simple, the fact that they keep suggesting this medical stuff without a solution how to stop, and if you stop, if it's dangerous, I'm so surprised. We have so much money, but we have no idea how to create a space that you're calm, chill, and you don't need this stuff. It's more like, take this, bye-bye, just relax at home. We will handle the extra stuff that's gonna come back to you. I don't know, man. That's like my son cut his leg. I put a bandage. Go try it again. If it hurts, don't worry. You're just bleeding a lot. But if you pass out, I'm sure somebody gonna find you because you're a cute baby. I don't know, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And when did they start being handed out?
Long time ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah, 20.
Fuck.
More.
So what happened? People just stayed on them?
Yeah. Because it's like you already got used to what you're taking. It's like if you are used to taking a specific thing in your body consistently for years, such a very long time, and you feel kind of Gucci, but if you relapse a little, you took a drink, you're not just gonna stop. If you can't do it with smoking, if you can't do it with drinking, if you can't do it with lying, if you can't do it with cheating, they don't care about that. Because if you relapse, it's business. What was it? My nephew told me, he said, look, man, with this whole COVID situation, even the grave diggers are happy. It's not because they're happy you're dying. It's business. It's not their fault business is coming, so they're gonna do something to keep the business going. All you have to do is try to stay alive and eat healthy. But nobody does it because they can just pop it in like Skittles.
Often.
I have one good friend that takes it every day. And takes it oftentimes with alcohol, which I know you're absolutely not supposed to do. There's
Nope.
not a damn thing I can do about it. This is a friend that I love to death, and I just go, I put my hands up, and I go, there's nothing I can do. And he's been on it for more than 10 years.
Yeah, well, I started taking them because I was ill.
Yeah.
And they helped because I
Ill
couldn't
in-
sleep.
ill
I
in
couldn't
what
sleep
way?
at all. I don't know. I still really don't know what happened.
You
to
couldn't
me.
sleep, and so an anti-anxiety medication. Do you think that? And this is one of the things that I want to talk to you about. This is why I brought up the fame thing. How much of the pressure of being attacked by all these different people and having these people write these horrible articles about you, and I know you read that stuff, which is different from me. I don't read stuff about me, and I think that's helped me tremendously.
Yeah, I think I did a reaction video, right? The one about when he was talking to the bald lady, the black lady. I don't remember her name right now, but the idea that they described him as the Red Skull, a Nazi, it kind of messed up with him, like big time. It actually put him in such a low place that it's kind of frustrating that they can see you as such an evil person, but at the same time, people are coming to you, thank you for saving my life. You know? It's like saving somebody from a pool, right? And they sue you for saving them because you should have prevented them from drowning a little. You know? It's like, I can't handle everything, and everybody just sees him as it's like, I think that people bully Jordan Peterson because as that type of bully, they can pretend they're a good person and they are still in the right. A normal bully doesn't say that. A normal bully knows he's treating you like shit. On Twitter, they enjoy this. And then they play the victim. They made me do it because I need to save my colleagues because he doesn't respect my pronouns. He never said that. He said as a friend he would say the pronouns, but nobody sees that. Everybody just see the title, Jordan Peters Gangster Red Skull. If I'm helping a lot of people and what Joe Rogan is saying, that's the only way you can survive. Lock it up. Push them away. Do not engage. Do not put logic in their argument because it will, for me, it will destroy you with time.
And that, like, my gauge of how I deal with people is, like I said,
Tucker Carlson doesn't read things
eye-to-eye.
about him either.
You can tell. You can tell by the way he communicates. He seems free. You know, there's a burden that people carry around when they do things about themselves. Like Eric Weinstein has that burden sometimes. You know, when people read...
Yeah, well, part of the reason... So did I read things about me? Well, yeah, but that wasn't what was stressful exactly. Although it was.
It's
What
a
was
multitude
stressful
of things.
when I first got... I've had a history of depression, and that runs in my family, and that's probably stems back for me right to the time when I was a kid. And I think when I really got sick in 2016, it was partly a manifestation of that. But at the time, my job was threatened, like actually.
Right. Yeah.
And my clinical practice was threatened.
Yeah.
And the
For
Canadian Revenue
pronouns.
Agency was after me all at the same time. And they were after me because of a mistake they had made, which they admitted 3 months later. And the college was after me because of a vindictive client who came after me with a pack of lies, but because they were so... And basically I emerged from that unscathed, but that was by no means obvious that that was going to be the case. I was accused of sexual misconduct. And the evidence? When I was dealing with this client, I would turn my wedding ring around.
You'd spin it?
Well, I play with it.
Right. And that
Well,
was sexual misconduct?
Yeah, well, to her it was a signal of some dark underlying desire that that was polluting our therapeutic relationship.
I've been doing that with you the whole conversation. Silicone wedding ring.
Yeah, well, I'm going to report. I'd report you if you had
in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I do that.
This is so stupid. This is so stupid. And people are surprised that I don't trust the statistic of sexual misconduct. Look, man, sexual misconduct is for me when a guy comes like, hey, baby, what's up? What are you doing? Yeah, like they're really close, almost breathing their breath in your face or something like that. That is sexual misconduct. Not this weird Pokemon movement. I'm like, why would you even go that far? You know? It's like that guy that dressed like a girl, went to a girl's bathroom, did something to a girl, they hit the guy, but the statistic that somebody got funky in the bathroom is going to be added to the sexual misconduct. But they don't want to label the guy because they're like, no, it's a girl. He wasn't never there. He didn't exist. You pushed it away, but you still keep the numbers for the... It's like you can't hide the thing that benefits you and then use still the statistic to benefit you. And you have to be very careful. And normally a lot of people got very confused with these things. But me, slowly I started realizing I'm not going to jump into the pool to see if you can get me out. I'm just going to tell you to come at the argument, jump in the pool, and then we're going to talk. Because they will eat you alive. They enjoy it. They like to see you struggle to make sense out of their logic. And once you make sense out of it, they're going to be like, oh, so it does make sense. So why don't you care about me? I'm like, but weren't we talking about the thing that you didn't care about me? The thing that you hated? Suddenly your point is suddenly logical that I added it. You get where I'm coming, man. But it's just a spin. It doesn't surprise me. He almost went crazy. I feel bad for the guy and I'm happy he looks good.
Yes, well there you
bad?
go. It's really bad. And if there was a college that governed the behavior of reprobates like you, I would definitely report. No, don't do that. That's terrible.
I stretch it out.
Freudian to the extreme. Although I don't know what turning it means.
How could this stretching a silicone wedding band be Freudian?
Well, you're putting your finger in the little
It's
hole.
rubber.
Yeah.
Fuck kind of
Well,
vaginas you're dealing with.
Rubber.
Yeah.
Anyways, we don't have to
Anyway,
go there.
so
Yeah.
that was all you had done was play with your wedding ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I really helped her a lot. Like,
well,
So-
unfortunately, when you're dealing with people that are extremely troubled, oftentimes they look for external reasons why they're troubled, and they find oppressors.
well,
and
she
they
was
find-
also angry with me because when all this blew up around me, it interfered with my clinical practice, and she had come to rely on our weekly meetings.
Oh,
And
you
so
had to disrupt them.
she was angry about being abandoned, and it was
Oh.
really sad because I didn't want to abandon my clients, but I had to stop my clinical practice, which was also very upsetting to me because I
This is kind of stupid though. How can I help you? How can I help you? In a very good way. But then you're so messed up in the head. You go after the person that is helping you because you felt threatened. You tell the people so they can use that information to put that guy in a very vulnerable position just because you had a good story to tell. And he's like, okay, well, if you think this is kind of dangerous, it will affect my other people I'm helping. Hey man, bye miss, I don't want to see you again. And then you're gonna get pissed? This is the problem with the society now. It's like people believe they can just blame anybody and they are not responsible for their decision. And you still want to blame him anyway. Why don't you help me? Even though you sexually, blah, blah, blah. Why? I know, man. But palagi neck, man. When I speak my native language, I'm almost exploding.
I had like 20 clients, and I
Right.
knew these people.
Yeah.
They were.
Right.
I knew these people.
Yeah.
I'd followed them through thick and thin, and then all of a sudden, so many things piled up around me that I found when I was in a clinical session that I was distracted. So you can't be distracted in a clinical session.
Right.
And so, anyways, what emerged from that, and it was in the middle of the winter, and I have seasonal affective disorder. I couldn't sleep at all for quite a long time, and
That is very bad, actually. I remember that one time at a party, they gave me some weird kind of drug or something, and it kind of messed me up. And for that reason, I became very sick, and I couldn't party. No, I couldn't party. It's just I say I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep at all. That was a day that I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna trust nobody anymore. But if you don't sleep a lot, it would surprise you how your biological clock starts clicking. You don't know what time it is. You think you slept 1 hour or 5 hours, but it was only 50 minutes, and you get sicker and sicker and sicker, and it's a spiral. And I understand why they can give people Xanax to restore that, but just be careful what you take from people and drink. You have to be very careful, people.
I went to my doctor and I said I can't sleep, and he gave me a sleeping medication and an anti-anxiety drug, and I took a little bit of the anti-anxiety drug, and I could sleep. And my life was pretty stressful, and I thought, okay, I'm much better. I'm just going to leave this be. This is working. I'm not going to muck with it because I could barely go back to work.
And what was it? A low dose?
Yeah. I couldn't even
of
feel it.
Xanax? Really?
Yeah, it was a low dose.
So it alleviated the anxiety, but it didn't affect your cognitive performance, or it didn't affect the way.
Well, it didn't affect it as much as how sick I was. Like that really affected.
So sick meaning depressed.
No.
When you say you're sick.
No. I when it hit, if I stood up, my blood pressure was really low. If I stood up, I'd faint. I was fainting 5 or 6 times a day.
When are we talking about here?
2016.
Okay,
Damn.
So this was when all the pressure from all these different sources was coming at you.
Yeah.
And that was making you sick. So it was physically.
Yeah, that was part of it. I think what it did was it stressed me enough so that I was more susceptible to whatever was wrong with me in the first place.
So
I mean, there is something that the more stress you are, your defenses go lower. And that not only that, when I was in the hospital due my MS, amen, I've seen so many men messed up in the head because some weird stress thing. Stress is really bad, but as a man you have to be strong because you have to prove people you're a man, right? But there comes a point that I just realized I don't want to be a man for people that I never gonna see again. My son thinks I'm a man. Both. My wife thinks I'm a man. Good. I don't care about the rest. So if I just have to pretend that I'm a beta, that I just want to chill with my family, that I'm not a real man or whatever, I don't care anymore. Because the fact that I pushed myself so much in one direction against the stress, that is what gave me MS. Normally, when something bad happens to you, you're supposed to faint, right? My brain didn't faint. It was like, no, you're a man, stay strong. It's like the electricity hit me in the head. It didn't move it to the ground. You know what it does sometimes? No, it didn't do that. I took the full hit when my brain was about to shut down. It didn't stop the connection. I stayed online. That's why my brain exploded. So it doesn't surprise me that he was experiencing so much stress. People were blaming for everything. His job is freaking stressful. People that were his friends were telling him that you sexually assaulted by spinning your... Come on. No wonder his brain was going crazy and you just feel weak. And the fact that he fainted 5 times? Alright, come on then. A day? Nah, that's not good. That's not, the MS that I got makes me tired. The MS that I got makes this hand work in a very weird way. I can't play League of Legends anymore in the correct way. I can't even walk normally. I can go to the gym, but whenever I lift up the weight, this brain totally freezes, paralyzed. It's a brain thing. Your brain is a magical tool, but it can magically destroy you too. And Maybe you want to sleep and turn it off, but you just have to change everybody around you, or as Joe Rogan and Tucker does, turn off the freaking TV.
There was
Because I've had a
something.
lot of immunological problems.
How long did it take you to recover from the benzos?
I think it was 2 3 years. I think.
Well, when I finally 2 years,
See.
and I'm
Yeah, I follow him. I follow him. I make notes.
haven't fully recovered, but
You
but
haven't
also
fully
I was
recovered?
also sick. No, I have my left hand is quite numb, and was way more numb. Both hands of my feet.
Hey G, I'm not a genie. I don't know everything, but hey man, maybe I talk weird, but trust me, many times I'm right. Even my wife keeps telling me, "Shut up," because you make the reality true.
Like completely numb, and I was in like excruciating pain for 2 years, like pain at levels that I didn't even know was possible.
All the time, or
No,
on occasion?
No, this is one of the things that was terrible about it, is that it was really, really bad in the morning.
And what, did it start right after you got off of the
No,
Xanax?
no, but it got way worse.
Ooh.
So it just started showing up eventually,
Yeah,
and then
it started to get worse about the same time that Tammy went into the hospital, but because she was fighting her way through
Cancer.
catastrophic cancer at the same time when this started happening.
So this was additional stress,
Yeah.
Yes,
and that heightened everything.
Mm-hmm.
well, it didn't. It certainly didn't help.
Right.
I think it made me more susceptible to something that was already happening.
Yeah.
So whatever this illness that's plagued my family, my father, my grandfather, multiple cousins, and a lot of immunological problems on my mother's side too. I have a cousin whose daughter died of immunological problems, the same ones that Michaela had.
And this is all mitigated somehow or another by this only eating meat diet?
I don't know. It certainly is for Michaela.
You. And for you as well?
Well, I don't know that for sure. I know what the diet has done.
Oh man, I do feel bad for the guy. I really feel bad for the guy. But stress, stress is very gangster. You have to be very careful. I know that a lot of people are like, you know what, I can handle it. I'm a strong, independent man. And you can be a strong, independent woman. I mean, I know that there's certain ladies that are very positive, very, not optimal, you know, I think you know what I'm trying to say, but it's like, they are either you go through it through like a gangster, or you go through it like out of love, but you have to do it if you're a father or a mother. It's gangster. The problem is you don't realize when it's your limit. I'm surprised that there are more people, I believe, at least where I am, there's more women with MS. And I don't know how it's going to end for me, but I do know that it's usually stress related. You know, there's a lot of ladies were telling me it started when something really bad happened, like something really bad happened to their son, which happened to me, and after that it messed me up for a very long time. And it doesn't surprise me that stress makes you so weak, and if you cannot find peace and you have all these neurological issues in your head, it will find you. And you need to find a way to dodge it. Look, man, I'm a monk right now. I don't do nada. I chill my ass every day, play with my kids, walk with them, enjoy life, go to the gym, sing kumbaya. Hey, man, I want to live. And when people stress me out, I just look at them like, okay, I'm going to go to my wife. You don't care? Yes, I do care. But I want to go to with my wife. You don't have a life? You're a boring guy. Okay. But I'm gonna go with my wife. But she might abandon you one day. Okay. Then I will go with my children. Look, man, I know it sounds stupid, but you need to find a way to live simple. Sadly, I don't think Jordan Peterson can do it that easily, because he's a very active person and he feels he has a certain responsibility. But I would say just spend it with the people that want to spend it with you. Don't spend it with people that just wants to prove a point that you're the person that you're not. You know? Anyway, I can just talk a lot about this. That's the second part that I'm going to react to it right now. Let me know what you guys think about this video. I think I'm going to focus on this channel more about fatherly stuff, fatherly perspective, So if you really like those kind of videos, I'm gonna go a little away from the funny things, the political things, or whatever. Just daddy stuff. People usually like to listen when they talk about daddy stuff. So I'll keep you guys informed. Remember to like, share, and bada bing, bada boom. And see you guys next time. Peace.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk criollo colombici jam jam turloqueta verdeta welcome. Den vida mi a tu iniciativa, padrei ku indica e também que sum sativa. Te ainda no que acepta ku eta medicina Bob di nang di eta causa rebeldia. Cooking